in my hands I have a little prediction that will hopefully help with the card trick I'm going to do. I hope that you can see it. It says the 2 of clubs. So we'll use this prediction to help me with an effect, hopefully, in just a bit. So we'll place this prediction right here out in the open. We're also going to use our cards to do this. And we'll actually, to make it extra fair, we'll actually give it a quick shuffle. And a quick cut. Here's what we do. I'm going to go across, and the spectator can tell me when to stop whenever they like. They say right there. Do you want to go a little bit further, a little bit back, or right there? They say right there. Cool. And what we do is we're going to use a prediction card. The card is the 2 of clubs, which is actually perfect. It's what we wanted since the beginning. That's actually really good. I love it, love it, love it. But in my hands, it's 2 of clubs. But if someone else were to touch it and just give it a little rub, it changes. The prediction changes, or the card changes, and now it's the 4 of hearts. And if the card can change, why not the prediction as well? My name is Dan Perez. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the effect, and now let's get into it. So what we have is a pack of cards, 2 messages, a thumb tip, and the card box. It's a very simple little effect, but I think it's kind of cute, and just how the byplay can interact. And I think there's just like a dual message, a dual switch or change. Something is altered, then it becomes different. I kind of like it. So for this effect, we will need the 2 cards. So in this case, we're using 4 hearts and 2 of clubs. Once you understand the concept, then you can change the cards to whatever you want. So I have the 4 hearts on top, the 2 of clubs second from the top, and then the rest of the pack right there. And this goes in the card box. There we go. Then we have, for the messages, we write out on a little piece of paper 2 of clubs, and then 4 of hearts. Now since the 4 of hearts is on top, that means it's going to be, after doing a double lift, it's going to be switched into, so this message is actually second. So you'll understand what I'm saying as we go along. So we got the 2 messages, 4 hearts, 2 of clubs. I didn't draw the little club thing because I stink at drawing, so I just wrote out clubs. It almost makes for a nice contrast from heart to clubs. Whatever. Anyway, so we fold this up, fold in half, fold in half, fold it up, and now it's perfect, a perfect piece of paper to hold in a finger palm. Adjust the size and grip of everything accordingly. So that's what we got. The other one is thumb tip is on the dominant hand, so thumb tip on dominant hand. Message that we're going to switch into the 4 of hearts is in your recessive hand, and being held by both hands is the message which we had on the table, which can be folded up at the very start if you want, or you can actually just have it open. Say I have a prediction, here it is, of what's going to be, and then show it and display it. Hopefully everyone can see it. 2 of clubs. Okay, we display it. Then we do the same old technique that I've done 100 times. Fold in half, fold it up, fold it over, and then and by the way, these cards are inside your pocket. I'll leave them inside the pocket. You're gonna need them for later. Give me 1 second. Forgot to put it inside. So let's go rewind a second. My apologies. 2 of clubs, fold in half, fold it up, fold it over, show it in here, and then really show it. Rico's insertion. You can watch my past videos to understand the Rico's insertion, because I explain it every single video, and I'm kind of tired of teaching it, but one last time I'll teach it, and now I'm just going to reference my past videos. Here we go. As your thumb, as you put in your thumb tip, the message, the first finger pulls back, you can use your second finger if you want. Doesn't really matter. So this hand's shading the whole thing, covering with also the message. As you go inside your hand, fingers pull back on the message, and your recessive hand grabs on the thumb tip, pulls on the thumb tip as you display the original prediction one last time before you put the message inside the thumb tip, steal it off, poke with your forefinger, and now you've switched out the 2 of clubs message, and which is now on your thumb tip, for the message which is now the 4 of hearts. One last time. Let me open this up. There we go. We're here. Here. We get it. Fold in half. Fold it up. Fold it over. Display it. Put inside the hand. Leaving the thumb tip. Show it. One last time. Put it inside back there. Thumb pokes. Forefinger pokes. And then you can, this hand can relax. And say, I'm trying to determine where I should put the, I'll just leave it right here. There you go. That's where the message will stay. And now you switch out the messages and you're cool. You want to ditch this, and logical context is blowing a pack of cards. So go inside, and you want to, as you're pulling off the thumb tip, you can grab with your first finger and second finger, grab it on the thumb, and then pulling it out. Don't have it too far on, otherwise it'll become hard to pull off. And you might need to pull off with the whole hand. It gets complicated. So the easier it is, the lighter you have it on in this context, the easier it'll be to pull off. So boom, see, got it off. So you go to the pocket, and under the shade of the pocket that you unload the thumb tip as you pull a pack of cards. You've got the setup of the 4 hearts on top, 2 of clubs second from top. Okay. And you can be free if you want. You're pretty free. Outside the top 2 cards, shuffle them if you want. Give them a false cut. Whatever makes you feel good. So from here we do a swing cut, pinky break, swing cut, and then the final part goes right here. So what we've got is we've got a pinky break, and it seems like a very fair cut above the force card. So it looks like this in the back. We lift up, we got this situation. Okay, there we go. And it's a riffle force, the usual riffle force. They tell us when to stop whenever they want. Doesn't matter where they say stop. Magician's joke is tell them when to stop, and they say stop at the bottom card, and then they lift up at the force card. It's a bad gag. Anyways, they say when to stop. They time it around the center. Whatever. It could be off, up or down, doesn't matter. You just gotta lift up at that point. They say right there, you sure? Okay. And then you just lift up. No one can see the packet discrepancy. Set it aside. Set it underneath, set it aside. I would have, in performance, would have been better to set it aside. Then we do a lift of 2 cards. I tend to do a riffle from the back, casually, get 2 cards. Or if you can do the Brother John Hammond method, or the, what was it? I think it might have been a Gene Hugard for Fred Browie method. Anyways, you can do a nail nick or you feel for 2 cards, and it's a strike double lift kind of thing. And then you lift on up and you give air. I mentioned this is actually important. It's Divernan's idea. Right here, once you get to this point, let it fall. That doesn't matter if it breaks, let it fly like a bird. It looks just more natural. People get a lot of compliments from magicians saying you have the best double lift. Just doing Divernan's way, how you would have done it. Anyways, so now we get into my handling, which is an earlier video on the double lift, which I did pretty well. I think should have fooled magicians. And here's this part where it gets fun. We say, yeah, our prediction was correct. We did it. Cool. And now we do the tent style. As we're unloading it downwards, our thumb catches it. We now re-grip it and keep it as 2 and display it again. Showing 2 clubs. So once we got it held by the thumb and middle finger, just there. Then we set it back halfway off, and we do a forward gesture, not bad, huh? And as we're doing the forward gesture of going not bad, what's happening underneath is under the guise of the larger action gesture, our fingers, second finger through the, second to fourth finger are pulling back on the card, keeping that outline. But what's cool is the retention vision's right here, so they don't see any change. It's like a retention of vision vanish, but with cards. So there, boom, pretty cool, huh? And then you've already done the move. The more you get to leave it sticking out, the better retention looks cooler. So one last time. Or you can do this, cool, boom. Wasn't that amazing? Okay, I thought that was amazing. You've done the move. Okay, now you lift up that top card. It's just picking off. The card set aside. But you say if the spectator was a toucher, they do something like that, and the card's already been switched out, that it changes into the 4 of hearts. And if the card can change from 2 of clubs to 4 hearts, and then you've already got the prediction, it's already been switched out, now you're just reveling in your work. Why not the prediction? Let it be seen, let it be displayed, and man, you look like a freaking genius. Anyways, that's a double switch using a thumb tip, and those are my ideas on it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.